A formal letter is defined as what? An official letter. Why is it an official letter? Because it's written to those that are not closer to you. You know them, but they are not what? Closer to you. There is no atom of what? Familiarity. For example, letters to senators, to House of Representatives, to governors, to presidents, letters to your local government chairman. So under examination conditions, this kind of letter, you know, is expected for you to write. It's expected for you to write. So as far as English language is concerned, whether you're a student or not, if you want to understand the concept of writing a formal letter, pay attention to this class and you will learn. I've been able to define a formal letter for you. I've given you the samples of those formal letters. For example, letters you are writing to senators, House of Reps, president. For example, you can write a letter to Donald Trump congratulating him on his 47th presidency status, or congratulate, you can write to him, trying to admonish him on the things that you actually want him to do as he's assuming office now in this present administration. So such kind of letters are what we are discussing here as what? Formal letter. You are in Nigeria here, you want to write a letter to the president of this country, you want to let him know on how insecurity or probably how the hardship in the country has been affecting the life of the citizens. You understand me? So such kind of letter are regarded as what? Formal. Such form of letter are regarded as what? Formal letter. So take note of all these things that I'm telling you. So let's look at the features. So let's look at the features. Features of what? Formal. Features of formal letter. Now another word for features is what? Characteristics. 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 Attributes. Attribute. That is what is meaning. Characteristics, attribute, features. In other words, what are the things? How does formal letter look like? What are the attributes? How does it look like? What are the physical characteristics? How does it look like? One, it has what? The writer's what? Address at the what? At the top right hand. At the top right hand of your what? Of your writing material. Writer's address at the what? Top right hand of of what? Of the writing material. So what am I trying to tell you? What am I trying to, for example, now this is my own writing material. This is my own writing material. I don't know if you're getting me. This is my own writing material. And if I want to put my address now, it will be this way. I don't know if you're getting me. It will be this way. And then after that, you have the but two, you have what? The what? Receivers, the receiver's what? Address. The receiver's what? Address. The receiver's address comes at the left side, slightly below, slightly below the writer's address at the left side. So if you are preparing for exam, especially West African Examination Council exam, that is WAEC, or any NECO, JAM, GCE, IGCSE, whatever was come for exam you are preparing under English language. Formal letter, this format is universal. It is not peculiar to any country or any region or anybody. It is universal. What I'm giving you now is a universal knowledge. It's a universal knowledge. Now, the receiver's address. Now, you need to take note of something. Note, note below. Formal, formal letter has two addresses. Two addresses. That is the writer's address. That is two addresses. It has what? Two addresses. Take note of those two addresses. Formal letter has what? Two addresses, which is what? The writer's address, which is the writer's address, and what? The receiver's address. The writer's address and the what? Receiver's address. Then number three feature of a formal letter. Number three feature of a formal letter is that it has what? Date. It has what? Date. It has date. Now, in formal letter writing, your date comes under the writer's what? Address. Your date comes under what? The writer's address. Immediately the writer's address, you put your date there, then the receiver's address. Then after the receiver's address, you have which is what? The what? Salutation. Now listen, in terms of the date, the very day you are writing that letter, that is the day, that is the date you're gonna put in your writing. Even if you are submitting that letter next week or next month, as far as you are writing, as far as you have picked your pen to write that uh, uh, date, that is the date you are what? Uh, that is the date of the that is the that day that day's date is what you are putting in your writing. Then after it comes with what? Salutation. Most of the time people refer to salutation as greetings. Greetings. Yes, I mean, so salutation is when you say something like uh, dear sir, uh, madam. Are you seeing it? Dear sir, madam. Yes, sir, or madam. Now, we both these addresses and the receivers. I'm gonna break everything down. I'm gonna give you the format. During the format, I'm just giving you the features. During the format, then you will see how everything is. Then I will explain more in detail, more than even explain that you will see is the practical writing and the rest. Are you seeing the salutation? Then number five feature again, you have what is called the what? Heading. The heading or what? Or title. The heading or what? Title. The heading or title, or can even refer to it as what? Topic. This is what your this is the major this is the major reason of your writing. Whatever you are writing, your heading or the title is your major aim of whatever you are writing. Is the topic of your letter writing. That is what you are discussing. Is the major thing you want to communicate to your what? Receiver. And your title is written in capital letter, or it can also be written in small letters with the initials of the major word. The initials of the major word being in what? Capital letter. Then at the end of the day, you underline. At the end of the day, you underline. Take note of all these things I'm telling you. At the end of the day, you underline. So the heading, then we again, move again to number six. Number six. So let's look at number six feature. Number six feature. Now, immediately after your heading, your topic, or your title, next thing that will come is your what? Introduction. Introduction. The next thing that comes what is your what? Introduction. Now, what is now your introduction? Your introduction is where you briefly explain to your receiver what your letter is all about. That is your introduction. That is your introduction, where you briefly explain to your writer what your letter is all about. That is your introduction. Then number seven, we have what? The body. Now, the body of your letter are segmented into what? Paragraphs, with each paragraph with its own what? Topic sentence. What topic sentence? Topic what? Sentence. The paragraph could be paragraph 1, 2, 3, etc. Now, each paragraph carries what is called what? Topic sentence. Now, it is in those topic sentence that you are discussing extensively your major issues of concern. Now, after your body, number eight feature that comes is what? Is what? Conclusion. Is what? Conclusion. Is what? Conclusion. Conclusion is where you summarize everything you have stated so far in your letter writing. So conclusion, you conclude your what? Writing. You conclude your letter writing, and by what? Summarizing everything that you have been what? Saying so far. Then after your conclusion, you have what is called what? Number nine. You have what is called what? Your sub subscript subscription, or what is called complementary what? Close. Subscription or what? Complementary close. As where you use yours sincerely, yours sincerely, or what? Yours faithfully. Are you seeing it? Yours sincerely or yours faithfully. Now you use yours sincerely both in informal and informal, but you use yours faithfully only, yours faithfully only in formal letter. So it's appropriate to use this, but you can also use yours sincerely when during your salutation you addressed your receiver with the receiver's name, because for the fact that you address your receiver with his or her name, it shows that probably you have had a little bit of relationship with that person, which made it a little bit informal. So that is why if you are ending your subscription with yours sincerely, so make sure that at your salutation you inputted that person's name. Otherwise, if your salutation is dear sir or madam, make sure you are ending it with what? Yours faithfully. Now, another feature is after that is what? Your what? Signature. your signature. So your signature comes under your what? Subscription or your complimentary close. Then number 11 thing is your what? Or writer's what? Full name. Writer's full name. Are you seeing it? Writer's what? Full name. So take note of that. Writer's full name. So all this is I'm giving you now are the features of letter writing. So if you have any question, any contribution, observation, you drop it at the comment section there. Comment. So you drop it at the comment section. So we move. Now we're looking at what? The format, the format of what? Formal letter. The format of formal letter. Now we are talking about format as like how, how, as like how, what is the structure, the organization. That's what we are looking at here. That's what we mean by format. How do we structure it? And what do you do? Look at what this is the skeletal format. Now you have uh, writers writers address writers address below it you have your what date. Then you come here, you have receivers address receivers address receivers address. Then below it you have your salutation. Below it you have your salutation. You have your salutation. Then after your salutation, then you have your title or topic or what? Heading. Are you seeing it? Writer's address, date, receiver's address, salutation. Then you have your title, topic. Then you come again. Then or the introduction. Introduction. Are you seeing it? The introduction. After the introduction, you have the body. Like I told you, guys earlier, the body is segmented into a paragraph. Let's say 1, 2, 3, etc. After that, you have your conclusion. After that, you have your conclusion. After that, you have your conclusion. Then you have your conclusion. Then you have your complementary. Okay. You may not see down of this place. You may not see down. You may not see the down. But let me put it here. This thing I'm writing here is supposed to be down, not here, but let's assume you say yours faithfully, then you put comma, your punctuation must be taken with yours faithfully, then you sign. Are you seeing it? Then you write your full name. Let's say sent Obi. Are you seeing it? Mind you, this thing that I wrote here is not supposed to be there. It's supposed to be down. But I just want you to see it because the camera may not capture, but I want you to see. That's why I brought it up here so that you will see it. So this is the format. This is the format. This is the format. So if you still have any question, drop it on the comment section and the rest. Then let me give you the examples proper. Give you the example. Give you the example. Now let's look at this. Let's look at this. Number 3. Adekunle Street. Adekunle Street of 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 Adewale Road, Isolo, 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 Isolo. Okay, off Adewale Road, off Adewale Road. Adewale Road. Let's do Isolo. LG. This LG stands for local government area. Sort of LGL. Lagos, Lagos, Lagos State. Adekunle Street off Adewale Road is local government area. It's a local government area of Lagos State. Now this is right as what address. Now we have the date. Today's date. Now let's assume today is 19th of January 2025. So if you look at this now everything you have here now is writer's address. Everything you have here now is writer's address. But this one becomes what? The date. But they are all assumed as what? The writer's address. They are all part of writer's address. But this is the date. Now, I believe you are seeing it now. 3 Adekunle Street off Adewale Road is a local government area of Lagos State, 19 January 2025. Now, as a student or someone that wants to know how to write, one thing you need to take note of in writing is this: you need to take note of your punctuations very, very well. Your punctuations, now look at this. Look at this. Your proper nouns again matters a lot. Now, in terms of your punctuations, look at comma here, look at comma here, look at comma here. Are you seeing it? Then look at where my full stop is. Look at semicolon here. I will explain those things. I will explain those things. Now, you come here. Look at here now. You see this A, Adekunle. Why? Because Adekunle is a name of an individual, it's a proper noun. So the A is capital letter A that's supposed to start it. You understand? The street, common noun. That's why you see small letter S there. Then look at Adewale again. Are you seeing it? Look at Adewale again. Look at Isolo, name of a local word, government. Name of what? A local government. Look at Lagos State. Are you seeing it? Then look at the date. Look, I did not write anything like this. It's different from this. You must make sure that your TH is in the same parallel line with the number, whatever you are writing, whatever you are writing. Then again, look at my January. When you abbreviate your January like this, put a semicolon. Then if you don't know, if you do not abbreviate it, maybe you wrote your January in full. What you need to do is to put only comma, then full stop, then full stop. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, it is not all the months of the year that you should be abbreviating. For example, you cannot be abbreviating June, you cannot abbreviate July. Do you understand me? So it is those abbreviatable uh, months of the year that if you do not write it in full, you put a semicolon. But if you wrote them in full, you leave it like, for example, when you have February, February, you can abbreviate it. But if you write it in full, no need. So when you abbreviate it, there should be room for what? Semicolon, semicolon. Take note of all these things that I'm explaining to you. So this is the sample of the writer's address date, and we we move. So we've taken the writer's address. Let's take uh, the receiver's address. The receiver's address. It comes somewhere here. Now, the receiver's address, you may not know. You may not know the receiver's address. You don't need to, for example, in my own writer's address, I put the name of my street, the house number, and the rest. But your receiver's address, you have no business knowing your your receiver's home. Even if you know you may not, you don't even need to know it. For example, if I'm writing to Donald Trump, I don't even know where he is in White House. I don't know. Okay, for example, it's Washington D.C. I don't know where. I don't know job, but I can from here now send forward a letter to Trump, letter of congratulations. Do you understand me? Although in letter of congratulation, the format is different, but now if probably I'm writing to admonish Trump, maybe probably to give him, maybe I want to give him 3 or 6 things that I actually want him to do in his present administration. That is going to be a standard formal letter, and that kind of letter is going to take both. After this, my address now, Trump address will be coming here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Trump address will be coming here. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that is how it goes. For now, okay, now that I've written my own address, probably I want to write to uh to Trump. I can write something uh or let's assume I want to write to President Trump. Do you understand me? I can write um, to the president, to the president, to the president, uh, to the President Trump, or I can say President Donald, what? Trump, Trump. Then I can now write probably the address. Let's see, 14 County County Avenue, Avenue or Washington, Washington DC or United States of what? Or United States of what? America. This is the receiver's address. Now, mind you, this is this is this is all these things you are seeing here are what examples, just giving you format how it could be what situated. Now, to the president, President Donald Trump, President what? Donald Trump. Are you seeing it? 14 County Avenue. This 14 County, it doesn't exist. I just formulated it to show you an example. Washington DC. But now I don't need to know the street where the White House is. Do you understand me? But even if you know it, fine. But I just formulate. That's why when you are writing to such kind of person, you have already researched. I've already known where the White House is, the avenue, and the rest. So it's easy for you to get all the necessary information and put it here. But even if you did not get it, you just put to the President Donald Trump, Washington DC. You don't even need to be putting county, avenue, and the rest. But this is how the receiver's address is. Do you understand me? So now after I've given my address and I'm writing to Trump. Now there is something critical that I want you to take note of. Since I'm now writing to President Donald Trump, after my Lagos state, where I stop in my own writer's address, I will now put Nigeria. I will now put Nigeria. So under examination condition, be it formal or informal letter or whichever letter you are writing, as far as your letter is going outside the shores of your country, indicate that your country in that letter. Indicate that your country in that letter. So in that my case now, as far as if the letter is moving out of Lagos State, I will now put what? After Lagos State, I will now put what? Nigeria. So that once it's being forwarded, they will now know that I am writing from Lagos what? Nigeria. On so what? Date. That was the reason why the date is there. You understand me? And who am I writing to? To the what? President. President what? Donald Trump. 40 County Avenue, to this address of the where he is indicates that at least I know whom I am writing to. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying. So that is it. This is for the what? The receiver's what? Address. Receiver's what? Receiver's address. Receiver's what? Address. Receiver's address. So now, having said that again, then we move to the another feature of the under the format. Now we have given the receiver's address. Now what comes next? Salutation. Salutation. What is the salutation? Here you say what? Dear sir or what? Madam. Then you put apostrophe, comma. Now this dear sir or madam comes immediately under that receiver's address, just slightly below it on the straight line. For example, this is the straight line of your book. After you have written your receiver's address this way, You know, this is your receiver's address, just as we've written before. Are you seeing it? This is the receiver's address. Then slightly below it, you will now have what? Dear sir, or what? Madam. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. That is after probably you have had your receiver's address. Do you understand what I'm saying? After you have had the receiver's address, so the salutation comes this way. This was salutation. Salutation. That is greeting. Salutation. Now, listen, there is something much more uh, noteworthy here. Dear sir or madam, you use dear sir or madam in situations that don't know whom you are writing to. You don't know the exact person you are writing to. Now, if as I have known as I'm writing to Trump, I don't need to indicate madam again. I don't need to indicate madam. It's for me to claim this madam. It's for me to claim this madam and have only what? Dear sir. Then with my punctuation, the comma there. So after the dear sir, the next thing that will follow will be what? Topic or the title or the heading, the things that I actually want him to do in this his present what? Administration. Do you understand me? As an African, as a Nigerian who believes in the leadership and the bilateral relationship Nigeria has with United States of America. So I may have many things that I would like to write to Trump to take into consideration while taking over office. So now look at it. Yes, so the next thing that would come under here will be your what? Topic. But because of see, I want to bring the topic up here so that you will see. So in your topic, in still on the example again, I can say probably uh, um, okay, the I can say um, I can say three major uh, things things I would I would like you to engage in this your administration administration to strengthen strengthen the bond bond between 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 Nigeria and USA. Are you seeing? In fact, when you look at this title now, you will see that we are not joking. We are not what? Joking. That is to tell you that formal letter is not for children, it's not for babies, it's not for children, it's not for what? Babies. So look at it now. Three major things I would like you to engage in this your administration to strengthen the bond between Nigeria. and what? USA. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, this is your what? Title. Very matured. Very mature. Very mature. Is your what? Is your what? Title. Very, very what? Mature. Your title. You understand? So after your title, these are the things probably you want to give him three things he should do to strengthen the bond between Nigeria and US. See, so we've given the topic now. What comes in the word? What comes in after the topic is the word introduction. Is what? Introduction. So what is now the introduction? The introduction is where you briefly state to your receiver what the essence of your letter is all about. Now, during this introduction, you briefly exchange pleasantries, congratulations, give appraisals before you proceed. For example, now, in the introduction, I can say, I hereby write to or acquaint you or to inform you or to state or to let you know some of the major things you need to put into consideration, especially when it has to do with Nigeria and USA bilateral relationship in this your or uh, nascent administration. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now, if I'm writing such introduction, I am not just writing to uh, I just move to hit the nail on the head. No, you will first of all, after you have stated the reason in the introduction, still on that introduction, state to move on to let him know how he has been so tenacious, so dogged, especially overcoming all the obstacles, all the trials he faced prior to the election, and he still came out victorious. Do you understand? Tell him that you derive so much strength in his mental capacity and wherewithal to make America great again. Let him know that the world at large celebrates him and we look forward to to you know in enjoying most of his leadership prowess while his transition, while his administration runs through. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that having said this, that you at this point in time offer him a good congratulation and uh, pray that his administration will run smoothly. Then that after that, that moves us towards the body. Now this body moves comes in into different paragraph. That is where your major concerns now comes in. The main things you want to now let him know. Those three things. For example, now uh, the body comes into paragraph. Paragraphs could be paragraph one, two, three, etc. Body paragraphs one, excuse me, one, two, three. say. Do you understand what we are saying? Now, for example, the three things you want to let him know are borders, probably the border on immigration, immigration, uh, two, or probably on investment, investment in Nigeria, investment in Nigeria, probably three, uh, other probably, you know, you have what is called probably maybe um, providing um, you know providing, let's say, providing leadership 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 role to Nigeria. So wherever you are saying here, all these things are examples. It's not really that if you are to write that this is exactly what you will see. But I'm just adumbrating and narrating all these things just to teach you how a formal letter is done. So in this particular 3 points now probably after that introduction, you move by saying, um, you take a paragraph. You take a paragraph. Probably the one what you have been saying in the introduction has run like this. So when you now move to the second paragraph, which comes into the body of the letter they want to write, you pick. Probably want to discuss on immigration. You start by saying, however, however, sir, move with good formal languages. Now, you should know how to use words like however, moreover, moreover, more so, or nonetheless, etc. We have a lot of them. Nevertheless, these things are called intensifiers. They are all called what? Intensifiers in English. Intensifiers. So this is how you strengthen your body of letter, the body of the letter, you strengthen them, put them into different paragraphs. And now if you are discussing on immigration, probably you extensively develop your paragraph. That is what they all call paragraph development. You use connectives, connectives like all these, however, nonetheless, and the rest. Then you use connective again like and, or, you know, and so on. Then you use words like, in your paragraph development, you use complex sentences, compound sentences, or compound complex sentences in stretching out your paragraphs, in stretching out your paragraph so that you will understand, so that you will stretch. So, for example, if you are discussing on immigration, now you will be trying to let you know how Nigerians willing to come to America, either for greener pastures, to school, for investments, for tourism, visiting, whatever it is, how it should be so much less tedious and understandable between America and what Nigerians. So you write extensively. You write extensively. The same thing with other what topics. The same thing with what other topics. The same thing with what other. same thing with what other topics. Then when you now come to your conclusion, when you now come to your conclusion, you summarize everything that you've done so far, especially by starting by still once again acknowledging his re-election for the two term or the 47th uh, person of the for the 47th president of the USA. Then you move by letting him know how he's gonna work, develop a good bilateral relationship between Nigeria and USA. You emphasize on those points you've raised and carefully conclude your work, writing that you do hope that his administration progresses, that you will be seeing most of these things that you have highlighted in your letter writing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then after that, that is where your subscription comes in, your closing comes in this way, and the right hand comes this way. So you now see what yours, yours what is with your command and you sign, and you see it, you sign, then your full name, let's say your full name is let's say your full name is uh, Augustine, Augustine. Are you seeing it? Are you seeing it? So, and it looks so mature. It looks so mature. These are steps in writing formal letter writing. So I believe you enjoyed this class. Make sure you subscribe, share this video. If you want to reach out to me, reach out to me. If you have any question, any observation, any contribution, drop it at the comment section. God bless you for watching this video. Catch me up in my next class, my next video for other topics that borders on English language. Thank you.